welcome back to Nat's Corner. So in this video I'll be doing some Reddit of Am I the A-hole for some Reddits, and let me know what you guys think on the comments below. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first one is, am I the a-hole for taking our family therapy session with my rant? I'm 16 male, currently in family therapy with my dad, his wife, my sister 14, and step-siblings 10, 9, and 7. This blended family thing is pretty new, still with my dad being remarried for 2 years. My mom died, so I only have one home. And I'll be honest, I was never excited or really into the whole blended family thing, but I know that's not my decision. All three of my step-siblings have food allergies. 2 have bad ones, so the way we eat changed a lot. This included places we eat and that were a part of traditions. For most of my life, we eat at this local noodle bar in town at the end of the school year, and whenever we had a school thing, like a play, graduation report card, others, and we're not allowed to go there anymore because of the allergies. Even just with my dad, it's a no-go. We can't bring ice cream into the house anymore because my step-siblings can't eat it. Only my dad and his wife can prepare food, so no more making a sandwich for myself either. Birthdays have changed. My sister and I can no longer eat at our preferred restaurants of choice because of my step-siblings. And we can't bring my favorite dish into the house either. So now it's a place that my step-siblings love and is acceptable for their allergies. For 2 years, Dad has talked about how glad we are to make all these changes and how our family is worth it. About 4 months ago, his wife noticed my sister and I weren't engaged with the family in the way she thought we'd be. We didn't want to talk to her. She also noticed my sister had cut me and her out of some photos of all of us and used just me and her for her room's art wall. So she and Dad decided we needed some family therapy. Since we started about 2 months ago, officially there has been a lot of what's the problem, why are we there, explain the problem. And my dad has also talked about all the good from a blended family, and changes were mentioned, and he talks about how happy we all are to make them. Well, last week I got so sick of it, and the therapist asked me if I was truly okay with them. And I went off. I said, no, I'm not. Then I hate changes. That is unfair that I never said I wanted my step-siblings to celebrate my birthday more than I wanted my favorite foods. That these things were decided for me. I said I never would have made that decision because celebrating with them isn't important to me. I'd rather have a good time with the people I love and enjoy food that I love instead. And I hate not being able to make a sandwich or buy snacks after school. I basically went off for the whole session between a rant and answering questions the therapist put to me. My dad's so mad at me for doing it, and his wife was really upset because her kids heard it. But she was also upset because she accepted on some level I didn't want this ever. She also kind of mad that I took up a whole session with my rant. Am I the a-hole? My thing is, you're not the a-hole. I mean, I don't think your dad or your stepmom ever asked you, are you okay with this? And I get that they have allergies, but if the allergies are really bad that they can't be around that food, then I get that. But on your birthday, maybe your dad and your sister and you could go out to those places, and then you can come back home with your step-siblings and do those things. I don't really think, I have gone to therapy before, not family therapy, but I have gone to therapy before, and I rant to her, and I do take up most of the therapy sessions in the past. I have ranted to her about them, but I don't think you're the a-hole. I think your mom and your stepmom, I think your dad and your stepmom don't really understand how this is affecting you as much as it's affecting them. It doesn't look like it's affecting them so much. Yeah, I get that she was mad that you kind of took up the whole session with you ranting, but now your dad and your stepmom should know how this is affecting you and how you don't like it, so maybe they can try some things. But I think they're not being reasonable. This one is, am I the a-hole for not allowing my friend to bring her emotional support animal to my house after I destroyed my furniture the last time? I, 19 female, have a close friend, Amy, 21 female, who has a small dog that she refers to as her emotional support animal. I'm a huge animal lover and have no problem with pets in general. So when she asked if she could bring her dog over a few months ago for a small gathering, I was totally fine with it. However, during that visit, her dog completely destroyed one of my couch cushions by chewing it up and also scratched the legs of my coffee table. Amy apologized, but she kind of brushed it off and said, he's still learning to behave in new environments. I didn't push back too much because I know the dog is important to her, but I was pretty upset because it cost me quite a bit to replace the damaged items. Fast forward to now, Amy asked if she could bring her dog to my place again for another get-together. I politely told her that I wasn't comfortable with the dog coming this time because of what happened last time. I don't want any more of my furniture ruined. Amy got really upset and said that I was being insensitive to her mental health needs. She insisted that she needs the dog with her all the times that I'm making her feel excluded by not allowing the dog. I suggested that she leaves the dog at home just for a couple hours, or that we meet somewhere else, but she said I'm being unreasonable. Now, some of our mutual friends are saying I should let the dog come to keep the peace, but I don't think it's fair that I should risk more damage to my home. Am I the a-hole for refusing to let her bring her emotional support dog to my house again? I don't think that, because I have a dog, and he has messed up. He did chew our couch cushions, and he does scratch stuff like that, and I get it. And, I actually had a friend that went through the same thing. It wasn't a support animal, but she let a friend stay over for like a week at her apartment in like the guest bedroom, and she brought her dog over, and the dog kind of messed up that whole room and the carpet and all that. And she didn't let the friend take the dog anymore and all that. So I don't think you're the a-hole. I think she should understand that I know it's a support animal, but maybe you guys could go on a walk with the dog, or for a little gathering, you could go out to get coffee and sit outside with the dog or something. It's her apartment or her house, and I get that it's your emotional support animal, but it's her house and it got really destroyed by your dog, and she doesn't want her house and furniture to get destroyed again. So I don't think you're the a-hole. Let's see what other people have said. She said, no, you're not. This person said, not the a-hole. Being an emotional support dog doesn't mean he's free to destroy property without her taking responsibility for it. It's still a dog and she's still its owner. So if he's still getting used to new places, then shouldn't be bringing the dog to other people's houses until he's properly trained to do so. Yeah. This person also said she should have offered to pay the replace items that her dog destroyed, and that should be a reasonable stipulation for future visits to your home. Yeah, definitely you're not the a-hole in this situation. My friend had the same thing, and I know how dogs are in new places, but you should at least pay for the things that they destroyed, and maybe train your dog to to new places before you bring him over. Let's do, am I the a-hole for telling my girlfriend wasn't okay to wake me up in the middle of the night even though she felt unsafe? So this happened recently, and I'm not sure if I'm in the wrong here. My girlfriend called me in the middle of the night after being out drinking with friends. I had an extremely important and long work day ahead. She knew it, and I was already running on too little sleep. When she called, she said she missed me and just wanted to talk. I told her I really needed to sleep because of my early start and how tired I was. She asked if I could stay on the phone with her for another 10 minutes. We ended up having a nice conversation before I went back to bed. The next day I told her that while I understood she wanted to talk, it really wasn't okay for me to be woken up like that, especially when I had such a demanding day ahead. Her response was that she felt unsafe walking home at night and that she needed to hear my voice to feel better. I stuck to my point. Then she said I was being an a-hole for not understanding the female perspective and how unsafe it can feel to be alone on the street at night. Also that I am an a-hole because she needed to ask for my help. I told her I get it, that can be scary, but I still think she could have called someone else who was awake or even ordered a taxi instead of waking me up when I had such an important day ahead. I obviously want to be there for when she needs me, but still think it's unreasonable to wake someone up for a non-emergency in the middle of the night, especially when it's going to mess up their day. Am I the a-hole? Okay. I don't know what this edit thing is. But yes, you are the a-hole. I would say you're the a-hole mostly because coming from a girlfriend perspective, maybe she didn't have enough for a taxi. And taxis can be scary by yourself too. I mean, I was in a taxi with my mom, and I felt better that my mom was there, but I still felt really weird. I'm glad that I had my mom came with me when I went to my best friend's wedding in Colorado. But yeah, I don't think you're the a-hole. I mean, sorry, you are the a-hole. The boyfriend's the a-hole. Because, you're supposed to be there for her whenever she needs. I mean, my boyfriend said I can call him whenever, wake him up whenever, if I want to kiss goodnight. Like, if I'm up, let's say it's 1 in the morning. He goes to work at 4. He said I could wake him up anytime I want to get a kiss. And he said that I can call him anytime, doesn't matter if he's sleeping or if he really needs sleep, he will definitely, she was scared. She needed somebody on the phone, and you're her boyfriend. You're supposed to be the hero and protect her if something bad happens. I'm sorry, but you need to be there for her whenever she needs you. Yeah, people are saying you are the a-hole. This is ridiculous. Okay. Okay, this one may be interesting. Am I the a-hole for refusing to change my children's natural hair? I'm 35, female, and a mother of 4 kids. 8 months, 5 female, another 5 female, and a 3 female. And I'm currently expecting my 5th. It's a lot of kids. My husband and I are both African descent and are quite dark skinned. We both have kinky hair, and our kids all have very curly hair, especially our twins. The twins recently started school and they both quite enjoy it. People always compliment their amazing hair and comment on how neat it looks. I live in a town that hasn't got any affordable colored hairdressers, so I cut their hair myself. I think it's beautiful, and I'm so happy that my girls love it too. A few weeks into school, we had a parent-teacher conference. We knew our kids would be doing great. We didn't have anything to fear when going into the conference. We sat down in our chair, and I noticed the teacher staring at our hair. I thought it was strange, but shrugged it off. Listened to the teacher talk about our girls. The report was great, and we were so proud of them. But I was getting ready to leave. The teacher said that she has one serious thing she wished to discuss. This made me and my husband concerned. We obviously sat back down. When we sat down, the teacher awkwardly looked at us and tried to explain without sounding racist. I don't remember her exact words, but I think this is what she said. I have noticed both of you have beautiful hair, and so do the girls. I'm sure it must be difficult to take care, but we were wondering if there's any way you could straighten it. The hair can be quite distracting, and I would hate for my other students to fall behind because of it. Sorry, guys. I'm doing a different accent so you guys know what the teacher said, and the parents are different. I tried to keep myself together. They were 5 years old. I was not putting heat on their hair just so some distracted kids wouldn't fall behind on the 2 times tables. I stared at my husband and saw him nodding along. This was the last straw for me. I was annoyed and immaturely started yelling, not loudly, just enough to make her understand my frustration. No, I will be not straightening my 5-year-old's hair. This is so bad for them, and their hair is amazing. I don't want their healthy hair to die because of other students. They won't be getting distracted by their hair, and if they really have a problem with it, tell them to talk to me themselves. I spoke before slamming my hands on the desk, grabbing my bag, and leaving. Later, my husband got home. He yelled at me for embarrassing him in front of everyone and told me it wasn't a big deal if we straightened their hair. I was so mad because he kept insulting me, calling me swears and slurs. We kept arguing for hours, and luckily my kids weren't at my mom's. Eventually, he slammed the door, locking the door behind him. Since he had locked it from the outside, I couldn't get out until he was back, so I had to sleep on the uncomfortable chairs by the dining table. Yeah, you're not the a-hole. I mean, literally, why? Why would you tell the parents to straighten their child's hair? If they don't want to, they're not going to. You're not the a-hole. That's just wrong. Teachers should not do that. A lot of people saying, yeah, you're not the a-hole, which is right. You're not the a-hole. The husband should have, stood up for you. I'm not the a-hole for being a dude in Smash Bros. Mario Smash Brothers. So over the course of a few days, I, 24 female, beat my coworker, 21 male, in Smash Bros. It all started last Saturday when we arrived at our lodging for a work trip we're on. In the common room, I saw he was playing Smash Bros. And I played myself. So I asked if we could 1 versus 1. I like to preface this by saying I am by no means a pro player at Smash Bros. 5 wins later, and I asked if he liked to keep going, and he obviously does because he wants to win. I think out of 15 matches, he won 2. Not once did I say anything to demean him. I was playing for fun and was just trying to have a good time. No trash talk whatsoever between us. Despite me winning most of the time, some more close matches we say GGS after the whole thing. And he then says tomorrow after work we should definitely rematch. So I say sure. The next day is maybe only 5 rounds and he wins the last one. He still wants a rematch, so we decided we'll play the upcoming weekend. The weekend rolls around and we're back at it again. It's been 4 wins for me, and after the 5th round that I win, this guy throws his controller across the room and storms out the door, leading straight outside. Some coworkers witnessed this, asked me what happened, and I say that I won our match in Smash Bros. The guy I beat is literally sitting in the grass holding his head in his hands. One of the coworkers who witnessed this asked how many times I beat him, and I shrug and say maybe 5 at this point. This dude straight up tells me you gotta know when to let someone win. This tripped me out since we're all grown adults and this guy kept saying he'd like a rematch. If he was a kid, of course I'd let him win. I just want to know what everyone else thinks. I've heard mixed opinions about the situation from all my coworkers and would love to know what Reddit thinks. Am I the a-hole? I don't think you're the a-hole in my opinion. I mean, whenever I play games like bowling or Uno or any kind of game, I do talk a big game before we start. But it's not like I'm not like mean. I'm like, oh, I'm really good at this game, or I play fight. So I actually say like, oh, I'm really good at this game, but I talk a big game, but people that know me when I talk a big game, it's just because I'm trying to be funny. And, it's kind of funny, but I don't think you're the a-hole. I think he needs to, you guys are grown adults. I don't think you're the a-hole. I'm not the a-hole. People are saying, why would you even question that? Yeah, a lot of people are saying you're not. Yeah, you're definitely not the a-hole. He's just being a big baby. He's a grown adult. If you guys are doing it, just have fun. I mean, Mario Bros is hard, but it's also really fun. It's a fun, if you guys are just doing it to have fun and not, you should just have fun. I mean, I've learned from bowling to, just don't be mad if you don't do good. Just have fun, and that's what I'm doing from now on. So, yeah. Okay, guys. Well, that was all the Reddits. Me reacting to Reddits and answering the question. If you guys like this, please comment down below if you want a part 2. And I will do that for you guys. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video.